Welcome to the Temple of Flame. On today, Faith Black Lights, we take a look at this. And what this is from the minds of the Tennessee Hot Sauce Company. This was a winner of, what is it, SCOBY maybe? Is that what that is? International flavor. Well, anyway, this is the Mustard Dill Scorpion. Now, I have looked around to try to determine if this is meant to be a mustard or a hot sauce, and I can't find anything that suggests it's meant to be a hot sauce, so I'm going to call it a mustard. And here we have pickles and mustard, and then we're throwing it right away because we're saying a universal condiment. So no, obviously mustard is not what I don't think you could reasonably consider it a universal condiment. Mustard is a very strong but a very specific flavor, and when you say universal, that means you could put it anywhere. Pizza? No. Would you put mustard in spaghetti or fettuccine alfredo? Maybe. I wouldn't. I don't. That would probably not even be remotely good. I have seen some suggestion of putting stuff like that, small doses, when you're making mac and cheese, but if you're already having a prepared mac and cheese, are you dumping mustard in it? I mean, you can. I'm not going to be joining you in that if you are, but... So we have mustard, dill pickles, scorpion peppers, bell peppers, garlic, smoked paprika, salt, vinegar, and water. And the smoked paprika, I think, is what's giving it this delightful hue. Very, very pretty sauce. I like the color of this. It's almost like it's not quite a sand color. It's more of a tan, I think. But I think it looks really nice. There's a little bit of reddish hues in there as well. This could be a very punchy sauce, though, and it's calling it as hot as we go. So this will be kind of interesting. I didn't open it because I thought, okay, well, it's probably meant to be more of a mustard than a hot sauce. So, and mustards are, I've opened a lot of those new on camera. There is an entire playlist for mustards if you happen to be so interested in such a thing. But let's take a look here at, oh, look at that. That's lovely. Let's get rid of that. Usually I will keep some toothpicks on hand and just kind of use those to slug that out. It just, I don't like that sort of stuff. It to me doesn't ever really taste very good. Back in the early days when I couldn't, well, when I was a lot poorer, I would just try to wick through it and just try to slug my way through it. And I feel like that was probably not the smartest thing I ever could have done. So let's see. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Stop the presses. So here it is. Let's get a whiff of this. I smell dill. I smell pickles. That's mostly what I smell. I smell like a relish. There's a sort of a bitter aroma to this that I can't quite place. That's kind of interesting. But again, very pretty sauce. This is I think a pretty gorgeous looking sauce here. I really like how this looks. It is beautiful. I don't know that it says mustard, and I don't think it says hot sauce either. It's kind of like almost its own thing. Universal condiment, anyone? But let's get into it. Well, it is quite hot for mustard in particular. I'd give it a good solid 2 on the heat scale. I think so. Mustards, I don't love scorpion peppers. I do think that mustards are one of the better applications, though, that fit really nicely with the flavor characteristics of that particular pepper. Okay. I'm getting a lot of the floral notes here, some of the scorpion bitterness, super hot bitterness. I did get a good taste of the dill pickles. Interestingly enough, the mustard is not super prominent here. Well, so I figured what we would do is make a sandwich. So we're gonna start with just one of these rolls. And we'll see if it gets mustardy enough to where I imagine it would, this is gonna be a pretty hot sandwich. I would imagine that, let's see. It's really interesting to me that pickles are that much farther forward in the flavor than the mustard itself is. Very interesting concoction here. I'm not sure. I'm going to use it as a mustard. I'm not quite sure that it would qualify just as a straightforward mustard. I think you would have to pair it with stuff where a mustard would go, though. So burgers and hot dogs or in this case, sandwiches. All right. So we got some roast beef here. Oh, I better have a couple of those. I'm going to try to restrain myself from building this stupid sandwich too big, which boy do I do that a lot. And we've got, let's throw in some cheese. Here we got just some nice cheddar. And we'll throw on the cheddar right now. Gonna have to probably go with 2 slices of cheese. We'll just get 2 of those out now. Throw one on. Throw the other one there. This is the just the Kroger medium cheddar. I think this is a quite nice cheese. I really like this one. Usually store cheeses I think are really hit or miss. This one I do happen to think is pretty good. All right. Oh, whoa. Oh, I hate this. So they use these Ziploc bags, and you get, it's just like asking, just be like, hey, could you ruin my Ziploc bag, please? Would you mind wrecking it so that I can't use it anymore and I have to transfer it to something else? All right, so there's the ham, and we've got turkey here. A nice smoked turkey, I believe. Yeah. Smoked turkey wiki. These are smaller slices. Throw a couple of those on. I want to go too crazy here. I won't be able to fit this stupid thing in my face. All right. What else do we need mayo. get the mayo. Okay. What else? Well, might as well have a tomato. Got here some of that cherry pepper relish that I like so much. Got lettuce. Throw on lettuce next. Might forego the tomato. I'm thinking I have enough stuff on this already. Maybe we'll just skip the tomato. There's the lettuce. Yeah, we'll skip the tomato. And throw on this cherry pepper relish. Okay. Need that. Spread it a little bit here. All right. The old sandwich. See how the mustard does. Cool. It's not very mustard-like. It is. It's probably what you'd say it's the closest to, though. That cherry pepper relish is so good. Man, that is quite good. I think Tennessee hot sauce makes some really interesting sauces. This is one of them. There's a hint of smoke here. It's probably not from the smoked paprika so much as the smoked turkey. That's very nice. That was a lot hotter than I thought it was going to be. It's quite good. Very, very interesting. It's almost like if you don't like, or if you wish, maybe this is better, if you wish yellow mustard is a bit less abrasive and way, way hotter. Sometimes I'll see awards on bottles, or I'll see a sauce got an award, and I'll wonder how that happened. I do not wonder at all here. This is really interesting. It's quite good. I wouldn't use it. So this is not something I would use on like chicken strips, for instance, or fish or anything like that. We definitely need to pair it where you would use pickles, but I think it'd be. I might try some egg salad rather with it. See what that does. Or potato salad. There's just some really interesting dynamics going on here. Very, very likable though. This is going quite good sauce. It has definitely changed the complexity of just your regular sort of sub sandwich quite a lot. And it's definitely because, you know, the heat is definitely part of it. It has a really appreciable punch to it. I like that. I would still call it more mustard than anything, but it's probably the most unique mustard I've had. Yeah, just wild. Wow. I almost am second guessing myself now. Maybe I should have called it a hot sauce, but the thing with the pickles in there is I don't see that you would have that in a normal hot sauce. To me, that's much more of a mustard pickle relish or a mustard with pickles in it. That is really good. It's really, really different though from like what a regular mustard would be like here. I mean, even with all those other flavors going on, it still reads through notably. Very impressive. It definitely was better here. Than when I had it by itself. When I had it by itself, you really run into those floral notes from the scorpions. You really run into the super hot bitterness. But grill season's over by this point, so I can't try it on brats unless I come across one somewhere. I do, so the Walmart that's closest to me does the Nathan's hot dogs. I will be getting some of those to try this out with. I'm really curious to see how that's going to go. With the heavy salt and nitrites and stuff of hot dogs, I think that's actually going to work really, really well with this. Particularly with how forward the scorpions actually are into things. They're definitely there more, I think, for heat, but they do impart a certain aspect to the flavoring here that I find really, really interesting. This is, like I said, I think more of a mustard than anything else, but a super unique mustard. I can't think of anything that's quite like it. I can't even call it mustard plus because I think it, even though mustard is the base, I think this has really moved away to almost its own thing. It is quite good though. It is very delicious. In stuff. I do like this. Yeah, so here I'm getting, it smells like pickles and like a dry spice of some kind. That is really wild. I don't quite know what to make of this. I am going to call it a mustard. More, I think it is closer to that than anything else. Even though I think it does drift from that a little bit. But very impressive. It is super delicious. And really kind of, I think almost unique unto itself. Although, like I said, for lack of anything else, I think I am going to call it a mustard just because I think you need to have the types of food that would work with mustard. And not like a sweet mustard. Definitely there's no sweetness here. More like a yellow mustard or a brown mustard, something along those lines. I think that's really where this is going to fit in the best. But I could see there's a dish that you make with pork chops and like a sort of mustard crust. I think this would work really interesting on that. Again, definitely make sure you want some heat if you're coming to this party, because this was almost instantly a 2 for me, and I could still pick up some appreciable heat. Even with the sandwich, you saw how much was on there versus the rest of the sandwich. It was still quite noticeable. Flavor-wise, I find this really, really intriguing. It is one of the few Scorpion products that I actually like quite a lot. And so, I mean, I think this is I like this a lot. I think it's, I'm going to stop short of calling it outstanding. But what's here is just really, I think they've got something special on their hands here. And that this is, if you like mustards and you like particularly hot stuff, this is well worth a go. Definitely worth checking out. And we'll just leave it right there. So that is the Tennessee Hot Sauce Company's Mustard Dill Scorpion. Now go forward in peace to serve the flame.